Hey, what's up? This is Brian Pfeiffer, the owner of BacheloretteVegas.com. Let's talk about the girls you'll encounter when you come out to Las Vegas. Now, I've had this business going on for 25 years, so I know a lot about the women in Chicago, which is where I was prior to this, for about 11 years doing promotions. I was a big promoter out there, and then I've been out in Vegas now for about 11 years as well, and obviously I have a huge network of customers and girls, so I know a little bit about what you're going to encounter here at the nightclubs. So this video is going to be all about Las Vegas girls and what to expect when you come out to Las Vegas and how to pull those girls, okay? Now, the first girls you're probably going to encounter when you buy bottle service is going to be the bottle service waitress, okay? Those are the bottle service girls. They're generally super hot. All these positions at all the nightclubs here, I'm standing in front of Zook nightclub at the Resorts World. All these positions are very coveted positions where people really, the girls really want these positions, okay? So generally when they do an audition for the pools, they just had them over here a couple of months ago. Girls fly in from all over the country. I knew girls that flew in from Chicago, and there's like 1,000 girls that are applying for like 15 or 20 jobs, okay? So, what they do is they have like 50 openings or positions, and then they have like 35 girls returning from last season, and then they have maybe 15 new positions, okay? So that's all those girls for all that effort are coming out here for applying for like 15 jobs. It's just the way it is. So they do bring, the best of the best into these clubs. Generally, you're going to find these bottle service girls at the pools and nightclubs extremely attractive. But just keep that in mind. They're probably getting hit on like every single night they work by guys that are probably a little bit overserved, and they're probably a little bit jaded. All right. So now I'm not going to say I've never seen one of my customers or groups of customers pull a couple hot girls from the staff, if you will, to come out to them. Maybe they'll meet them at the nightclub and come to the pool the next day, but it's pretty rare, okay? And most of these girls are pretty jaded, okay? They're used to being hit on, and they kind of know how to play the game, and they'll lead the customer on a little bit to get them to spend more money, and that's generally how it all works, okay? So just keep that in mind if you're trying to hit on one of the bottle service girls, okay? And I'm not saying it's not possible. I've seen it happen in my own eyes, but it's rare, all right? Now, the next you're going to see is going to be the tourists, okay? These girls come out here, they might be in a college sorority, or they're coming out here for a bachelorette party, or they're just coming out here for a birthday or girls' weekend. There's tons of tourists out here. Every club's going to be loaded with tourists. They typically will get on the guest list or buy tickets, and then they're going to come in. They don't have a hookup for a table in most cases, and they're going to be walking around, and those are probably the best girls to pull and get to your table, okay? You just got to be a little bit aggressive. Obviously, you don't want to be rude and out of line, but you can't be afraid to walk up to some girls at a club and just, invite them to your table, because if they're just there randomly from some, foreign country or from some foreign city in, the United States, they're looking for a hookup to get to a table, okay? So they're going to be a little bit more likely to say, hey, yeah, we'll come over and have a couple of drinks with you guys, and you never know. Those girls could turn out to be a hell of fun, and spend the whole weekend with them. All right, so I've seen that happen many times. There is going to be that college group of girls. They have like their pack, if you will, and you might get that whole pack at your table, and then you try to pull one of those girls and get them to defect from the pack at the end of the night. Well, good luck, because those girls are going to grab that girl and be like, no, she's coming with us. All right, so I've seen that happen many times too. So don't plan on pulling one out of the pack of a bunch of college girls. That's going to be a rare event. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. It could, but it's going to be very difficult. So same thing with a big bachelorette party. The girls are going to look out for the other girls. Some girls are obviously a little bit more promiscuous than others in those bachelorette parties, so that's probably one of your better bets. Or just finding a couple girls from, say, like the UK or Australia. We get a lot of girls in from those countries, and Europe in general. So those girls can be pretty fun. So that's going to be probably your best bet to meet some girls. Now, you also have the 702s, we call them. Those are going to be your locals, okay? Now, Las Vegas has gotten bigger over the years. I think a couple million people live out here now, and you have a lot of locals that, are just out here because maybe they work in the service industry at the hotels. Maybe they're gambling blackjack dealers or something, or they're maybe dental hygienists. I've had dental hygienists that's worked with me over the years, and you also have like the girls that are like the strippers and stuff, okay? They come out once in a while. They want to party. They don't work every single night and want to have fun. So there's going to be a pretty good chance that the 702 girls are going to be pretty attractive. Generally, the girls that hang out in the club scene from the local scene are pretty attractive, and you have a decent chance of pulling them. I mean, if they're just out partying and having fun, you can probably have a good chance of pulling them. Now, just keep in mind that especially like the stripper girls and some of the really hot locals might come with a price tag. Okay, these girls kind of know that their value is high around here, and there might be a little fee at the end of the night. So that's something you got to think about, because I've had guys run into situations where they pulled some local girls thinking they're in they got this deal in the bag, and then they get to the room, and then they find out there's a service charge. So just keep that in mind. That does happen out here, and it is what it is. We like to call that the Vegas girls, okay? The Vegas girls have a little bit of a fee, and just know their worth, okay? Just keep that in mind. Now, there's going to be... I kind of mentioned it already, but the locals, there's going to be like the strippers. Okay, now keep in mind there's strippers that come in from a lot of cities, countries, if you will, and want to work here, and maybe they're going out on a night off or whatever. So you might find those girls, but there's going to be mostly those local strippers. And there's also going to be the strippers that work at the strip club, and then the strippers that work, basically independent from the strip clubs, okay? We do a lot of stripper party buses. Guys seem to really like that. Get a couple strippers on a party bus, hour and a half around, drinking and stuff. Gets pretty wild. That's popular. We also do like naked sushi, okay? So, some of the independent strippers do that. We do a lot of girl-on-girl shows in the suites. That's popular for us. Now, these girls are, obviously in this business to make money. Can they be pulled? Probably also going to come with a price tag, okay? These girls are in town to make money, doing these kind of gigs to make money, and, everything costs money around here, so it is what it is. Just keep that in mind. Now, the last girls you might encounter are going to be your straight-up Las Vegas escorts, okay? There's escort agencies out in Las Vegas. They're licensed and they're legal. I do work with one. I'm an affiliate of one, so if you're interested in finding out more about that, I can give you the number to them. They're legit. They've been around. I've been out here for 11 years, and they've been around since before I got here. And they're still in business, and I know they have an office, and they're legit. Okay, so I don't know how it all works with their licensing, but I know that the initial meetup, there's a fee for that, just to make the connection, and then whatever happens between you and the girl, well, that's between you and the girl. Okay, so that's kind of how they get around the Clark County laws, etc. But there are going to be plenty of what we call carpet walkers. Okay, there's carpet walkers in the casinos. Now, the places like the Wynn over here, I'm across the street from the Encore in the Wynn, they do a pretty good job of trying to keep their casino pretty clean, okay? I've even seen them kind of overstep their bounds. I've had girls that are not escorts, and they were in the Wynn hanging out, or walking alone through the Wynn late at night, coming from a club or something, or maybe from a suite party, and then they get, kicked out by security when they actually didn't do anything wrong, okay? So they've kind of really tightened up over there. Now, some of the other places like Caesars and Resorts World here, Fountain Blue, across the street, MGM, they're going to be a little bit less than like a place like the Wynn. I don't know, for some reason the Wynn's obviously a higher end brand, and they want to keep that brand really clean and away from that. But you're going to find more carpet walkers around in some of the other casinos, okay? Now, I do know girls that have, that are escorts that have been kicked out of casinos, and they get what's called 86th. And when you get 86, that means you're not going to be allowed back into that casino for a year or two, or maybe forever, okay? So don't assume that when a girl comes up to you in a casino and she's pretty and looks good and dressed to the hilt, that she's really actually interested in you. She's probably an escort, okay? So just keep that in mind. I know plenty of girls that do that now. I also know girls that just do straight up escorting, and they're not interested in hanging out with you at all, aside from that, 1 hour, okay? It is around here. It is what it is. Just know that when you come to Vegas, you might encounter, the Las Vegas escorts, all right? So those are the kind of girls you're pretty much going to encounter out here. Like I said, I've been out here for 11 years, so I do know I do know the gig out here. I know what you're going to see when you go to a nightclub. It's pretty much the same every single weekend. So if you have any questions, I would hit me up, 773-459-8133. I'll do my best to bring some pretty girls to your table that are not escorts, okay? And, I have a lot of out-of-town friends and whatnot. And I do, book a lot of bottle service and, help my customers out the best I can. There is what's called like a girl guy promoter at the clubs that I work with at all the major clubs. And we try to bring some pretty girls, tourists, to your tables and whatnot. So make sure you hit me up for your bottle service. We do work with all the clubs out here in Las Vegas. I also own a hotel booking company, so if you're looking for rooms, hit me up. I can get deals on suites and regular rooms, big groups. I just did a huge deal at Caesars. It's like $186,000 for a corporate group, so I do some of those. We also do packages. We have tons of bachelor and bachelorette packages. That's kind of my other business, on the other side of the business. We do over 600 packages, and we can customize anything. And those are going to be like limos, dinners, strip clubs, men's shows, regular shows. We combine everything to kind of make one big night out for you guys and make it special. So I would appreciate a like on the video if you like the content. And make sure you subscribe to the channel for more, and bang that notifications bell. I'm Brian Pfeiffer, and I'm looking forward to working with you out here in Las Vegas and making your trip amazing. Let's talk soon. Bye.